wondered why, every single time I get ready to film, someone nearby wants to start doing construction right when I set everything up. Are you building another dimension? Because you've been doing construction for nearly a year now. Hey, it's Mel, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, it's lovely to have you here. For today's case, we're going to be talking about the haunting of 136 Clinton Avenue. This case occurred around Christmas time in Brooklyn, New York. It's also known as the Brooklyn Doorbell Dasher. With that being said, let's get into it. In early December 1878 at 136 Clinton Avenue, homeowner Edward F. Smith dealt with something very strange. It was nighttime when Edward and his family were putting up Christmas decorations when the doorbell suddenly rang. Edward got up to answer it, but no one was there. At first he thought someone was playing a joke, but then the doorbell rang again. Like clockwork, Edward got up again to answer the door, yet no one was there. The doorbell rang 7 times throughout the night. This was starting to annoy Edward, and he kept reassuring his family that it was just the wind. Mate, you be for real? Like, seriously, the wind cannot make a doorbell go off. He wanted to get to the bottom of this, so with help from his friends and family, he stationed them all throughout the house to catch the culprit. But this led to nothing. There was no rational explanation for what was going on. He even sprinkled ash and flour along the doorway and the path leading up to the door. He also called the police, and detectives were sent to the house. The detectives were actually intrigued as to what was going on. That same night, a brick was thrown through the living room window, but no one was there, and the police who were stationed outside of the house, they didn't see anything or anyone. The detectives came back with reinforcements the next night. The house was also checked for wires and anything indicating fraud, but nothing was found. The banging and the ringing continued. The police were now getting frustrated, so they set a trap and stayed overnight. Multiple police officers were hiding around the house, ready to catch the culprit. The doorbell rang again, but Police Captain McLaughlin, that is his actual name by the way, McLaughlin, opened the door to find nothing. However, after 3 weeks of unexplained occurrences, it all suddenly stopped. At this point, 136 Clinton Avenue became the talk of the town. It was even reported on in the New York Times newspaper. Edward and his family were approached by spiritualists who were begging to do an investigation and seances in the home, but Edward said no. Crowds of people continued asking questions about the house, and spiritualists conducted semi-seances on the sidewalk. The police were constantly guarding the house, keeping crowds of people back. At one point, Police Captain McLaughlin was bit on the fingers by a German man who refused to move. That's so random and insane. Like, stop biting people. Like, just, calm down, sir. Locals believed that a lawyer who allegedly committed suicide inside of the house was the cause of the hauntings. Edward had his own theory that the devil was actually the culprit. He claimed he had driven the devil away with prayer. The police didn't believe in the whole devil theory, but they did think it was something supernatural. The police witnessed strange things that they could not explain. Soon after this, the haunting of 136 Clinton Avenue ended and everything went back to normal. This case remains a sort of mystery. No one's sure as to exactly what happened, whether it was an actual person or whether it was a ghost. That is all for today. That was the haunting of 136 Clinton Avenue. I found this story to be so interesting, but give this video a like if you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.